Okay, good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for being here this evening. Many of you are here for us to extend our gratitude to you for all that you have done for us. But I think it's appropriate for us at this time to recognize and to thank our participants in this evening's mini concert, if you will. We'll start by recognizing East Granby High School Band and to thank them. For sharing their talents and their time with us this evening. We truly appreciate it. And you've certainly added a wonderful dimension to our program. So thank you very much for being here. And then we want to also thank our East Granby High School choir, chorale, wonderful performers, individually they have beautiful voices, and they have a wonderful coach that they are working with who is helping them to develop that gift, because it is a gift. Not many of us have that gift. I certainly didn't get it, but it's okay. But we certainly want to thank the choir for their beautiful renditions of some of our favorites. So thank you very much for sharing your time and your talents with us as well. And of course, our two wonderful, outstanding, exemplary, dedicated, committed, add any other adjective you'd like, music teachers, Allison Shalou and Bree Gilbert. Thank you so much. And we also have to thank one other person who has really worked hard with students to put together that beautiful array of delicious foods that are back there. Lots of sweet goodies and savory goodies. And we hope that you will enjoy those throughout the evening as we continue with our program. We thank Mrs. McCabe. Laura, can you just wave from the back there? You know, this is, as much as this is an evening for us to say thanks, it's also an evening for us to allow our students to show to you and to our broader community the things that they are doing in school, and to give them this opportunity to showcase their talents. In the case of our music students, you see them in parades, you see them at the various concerts, but really that's not enough, I think, venues for them to show off what they're really capable of doing. So this is an opportunity for them to do that, and for our broader community to see the talents and the hard work that we have going on in our schools. And as well, Mrs. McCabe, she does a lot of things in the school with her students. To entertain our guests at various times, but also, you know, it's an opportunity for you, members of the broader community, to see that and to celebrate their accomplishments as well. So we thank all of our participants this evening for adding to our wonderful program. And so this is Thanksgiving time, and there is no time like the present for us to give thanks for all of the things that we have been beneficiaries of throughout the year, in some cases over many, many years. And so this is the reason that we do this particular program at this time of year, because it is indeed very fitting that we thank those who support us and support our public schools throughout the year and over the years. But before I get into the actual awards presentations, I just want to call on our Board of Education Chair, Mr. Trevor Sanford, to say a few words.
So anybody who works with the school district in any capacity really knows that we do heavily rely on all of our volunteers. Without volunteers, we really couldn't do a number of the great things that we actually do in the district. So keep it pretty good today on behalf of the Board of Education. You're going to hear a bunch of great a lot of great work that people have done, a lot of our volunteers have done this year, and over that many years, really. So again, on behalf of the East Granby Board of Education, I just want to say thank you very much.
Okay. To award our certificates, I've asked each of the building administrators to join me this evening in coming to the podium and describing and sharing with everyone the many ways that our volunteers have been supporting our students, supporting our educational program, and supporting our schools in general. And so I would like to begin by asking Mrs. Melly Ullinger to come forward and to present her honorees this evening.
Good evening, and again, thank you to the choral group and also to the band. I am so jealous of your talent. I have a number of people to thank this evening, and I would like to start with Mrs. Amanda Thompson and Mr. Ian Clark. Not too long ago, there was a beautiful package, Shutterfly, from the Shutterfly company, on the table in my office, and I opened up this package, and inside was a book called The Spring Nature Trail. I don't know who had this seed of an idea, and I'm not exactly sure how it germinated, but I am so grateful. What Amanda Thompson, who is a parent in Allgrove, and Ian, who I just met for the first time this evening, is the naturalist for the East Granby Land Trust. What they did was walk the nature trail that runs from Allgrove School over to the community center in the springtime. And they identified the plants and trees that children would encounter at that time of year. And with Ian's naturalist help and Amanda's photographic ability, they put together a book that they have given to every classroom teacher at Allgrove School. So now we have a guide to the nature trail in the springtime, and as we walk it with our students, we will be able to point out the plants and trees that you would see along the way. And I also understand that a fall version of the nature trail will be in the works, perhaps next fall, which is just, our children use the nature trail so often, and it's really wonderful to have that help in understanding what we're seeing so we can help them learn about the nature all around them. So on behalf of the Allgrove School community, I would like to thank Amanda and Ian for such a wonderful gift. Would you come up, please?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. I would like to recognize three wonderful people. There's a little backstory here as well. Last spring, Mr. Fournier came into the office of Allgrove School, and he introduced himself, and he told me a little bit about a special event that he and his wife, Sarah, and Mrs. Maureen Roy run every year. And he asked me if there was something that Allgrove School needed. Well, there was something that we had been thinking about for that entire school year. And they have provided us with a generous donation that will enable us to go forward with that project. For the last 8 years, Mr. Jeffrey Fournier, his wife Sarah, and Mrs. Maureen Roy have sponsored an annual golf tournament in loving memory of their children, Caitlin Roy and Matthew Fournier, who lost their lives in tragic car accidents. As a way to honor the memories of their children, they have used the proceeds from the Caitlin Roy and Matthew Fournier Memorial Golf Tournament to give back to the East Granby community in many ways. This year, their generous, extremely generous $5,000 donation will enable the Carl Allgrove Elementary School to proceed with a legacy mural art project. In collaboration with an artist-in-resident, the children of Allgrove School will participate in creating a mosaic mural that reflects the mission and spirit of Allgrove School. The mural will be installed across from the main office as a beautiful reminder of the joy of learning together in our school community. We are very appreciative of their generous donation, without which we would not be able to make this dream come true. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so gracious. Thank you so very much.
That kind of generosity is unmatched in many of our school districts around Connecticut, so we're extremely grateful. At this time, I would like to invite Mrs. Sherry Burke to join Mrs. Eulinger, and together they will recognize some volunteers that have served in both schools.
The Allgrove Seymour PTO Executive Board is made up of 4 very hardworking, dedicated women. And I know that they put in countless hours beyond the monthly meetings that they hold in either the Allgrove building or the Seymour building. So at this time, I'd like to introduce you to them and tell you a little bit about the work of the PTO. Carly Butler, President. Would you stand up, Carly, or wave? Donna Santee, Vice President. Jen Kovaleski could not be here this evening, but she is our very accurate accountant treasurer. And Tracy Cosgrove is the PTO secretary. I think one of the key missions of the Allgrove Seymour PTO is that they enrich and enhance the learning experiences of the children in both schools, and they do that extremely well. They always are finding creative and innovative ways in which to raise funds for school programs that support and extend curriculum while at the same time are sure to plan activities that bring East Granby elementary families together for fun. Through their collaborative efforts with a team of parent volunteers who coordinate various activities such as the hot lunch program, the book fairs, no-cost and special fundraisers, they provide, last year, our elementary schools with $25,000 worth of enrichment programs and classroom resources in support of our teachers. That's pretty amazing, $25,000. We are grateful for their collaboration and are incredibly impressed by their ability to garner the support of our parent communities, all of which has resulted in many wonderful and rich learning gifts to our school. So may I ask our PTO Executive Board to please come forward.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
There's nothing that our teachers ask 4 that they do not receive from the PTO. It's a tremendously supportive group of volunteers, so we both thank you very much. I would also like to recognize an individual. She was not able to make it this evening, but Sally Mullen is a parent in my school, and her son Isaac is currently in the 5th grade. Right about the time the 3rd graders transitioned over, this was that mid-year move to Seymour School, I was grappling with the idea of beginning a Connecticut Odyssey of the Mind team. I had read about it, I had participated in an OM team in previous districts where I had worked, and I knew that we had a population of students at Seymour School that would tremendously benefit from the opportunity to be involved in this creative problem-solving adventure. All I needed were a couple of good volunteers. So 3 years later, Sally has emerged as a parent leader in the Odyssey of the Mind group. The students meet after school on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They meet in each other's homes on Saturday mornings to prepare for the competition. Sally has participated in hours of training, coaches training, judges training. She has researched and figured out ways to really help the children prepare to the best of their ability. Without her leadership, we could not have had 3 successful years of an Odyssey of the Mind team. So she and the other group of parents that have supported this initiative deserve to be recognized. So thank you to Sally, although she's not able to be here tonight.
And now I'd like to call Ms. Eva Granby to come forward and share information with us about our middle school volunteers.
Good evening, everyone. It is really cool to learn about things that are happening in other schools that we might not know about. And I just want to kind of tag on to the Odyssey of the Mind. Do you know what I'm going to say? East Granby Middle School has been awarded the Anderson Award, so we can begin the inaugural year this year to start the middle school chapter of Odyssey of the Mind, which is very exciting for us. We have students that have come up through Seymour School and are ready to go. So Mr. Simeone is the teacher, 6th grade mathematics, who will be heading that up. So we're very excited to continue that program. And then I am taking notes, however, from the PTO members that were just recognized. And I know Teresa's doing the same, and Heather.
Taking volunteers. All 3 of them have been.
Yes. It doesn't matter how old your children are. Honestly, this is a conversation that we have quite often. You know, we have a small but mighty, I want to say PTO executive board, but really it is the PTO. We have 4 volunteer moms who really, they are the leaders in our school with our PTO. They are wonderful, and we have a very supportive, larger community, you know, once we do ask for volunteers. But I think our PTO recognizes the time demands on everyone, and so are very careful as to what they want to ask for, and are very thoughtful in the programs and the fundraising activities, which is why when we do ask, you know, we do get a pretty good, you know, participation, which is wonderful. We have half of our 4 here this evening. I'd like to recognize them. I'm going to start with the 2 that were not able to make it tonight. It's Janet Cannon, who really takes hold of our scheduling for the lunch program that we offer our students on Mondays. And also Diane Kelly, who serves as the secretary and is a very frequent face in the school, you know, for a whole lot of reasons. So I would ask Teresa Farmer and Heather Hall to stand. And Teresa president of the PTO, and Heather Hall serves as the lunchtime coordinator, but Heather's in the building a lot for a variety of things as well. And really they spearhead, anything that we do that comes out from the PTO. They are friendly faces. They are so supportive of everything that we do, and to just reiterate what has already been said, really to enhance the programs that we have. We have been fortunate to be able to help with the field trip costs for our students across the board with the help of the PTO fundraising. We all know the students love their Monday pizza. And thanks to the PTO, they continue to do this as a service, not really as a fundraiser, but as a service to our students. Because as we know, we do not have a lunch program, in our schools. Also, Teresa and Heather and Janet and Diane, they do meet monthly. They do always ask, what else can we do? Of course, if we had, more fundraising, they would want to give more. But they really make a concerted effort to be able to touch all the students and have all the students be recipients in some way or another of their efforts. So it is a small, but it is a mighty group. So we absolutely thank the 4 women who head our PTO. And for the 2 tonight, Teresa and Heather.
Okay, to continue with our recognitions this evening, this evening we also are, I want to say blessed, we're honored, we're grateful, we're appreciative to 2 people who have been serving on the East Granby Board of Education for many, many years. Our past board chair, Mr. Kirby Huguet, served as the chair of the East Granby Board of Education for 2 years and served a total of 9 years on the Board of Education. That is a lot of time. And I recently was out at a function and someone was talking about gifts, and the holiday season coming along was very appropriate. They talked about, people who buy their gifts early in the year and hide it somewhere, or people who buy gifts and intend to give, but it never gets distributed and they become hoarders. And then the talk shifted to talk about, well, what is the most important gift that anyone can ever give? And the answer to that is our time. You can't put a price on it. You don't stash it away anywhere. You can't stash it away and forget about it. If you don't use it, you lose it. And so when someone gives of their time to your organization or to a particular function or a particular purpose, we really have to recognize that as a very unique and special gift. And so we want to take the time this evening to recognize Mr. Kirby Huguet for his many years of service to the East Granby Board of Education and to the East Granby Public Schools and the East Granby community at large. So we do have a plaque that we will be giving to Mr. Huguet. I will just, I'll hold it up so everybody can see what it looks like. This will be given to him, but it says, in recognition of his dedication and commitment to the East Granby community, including 9 years of service on the East Granby Board of Education and 2 years as chairperson of the board, Kirby Huguet is given this award for his leadership, contributions, and service to the East Granby Public Schools, November 2014. So we certainly will get that to Mr. Huguet to just to give him this small expression of our gratitude to him for his service. Now we have someone here. If you've read our board minutes the last go around after our last meeting, you probably know that this gentleman standing behind me, sort of to my left here, Mr. Trevor Sanford, who currently serves as the Board of Education Chair, has also tendered his resignation from the board. He has been serving as a board member for 4 years, so he's given 4 years of his time. If you want to multiply that by 365 days and the number of minutes in each of those days, you'll understand how much time he is really given, but also serving 1 year as chairperson of the Board of Education. And so again, we want to thank you for sharing your most precious gift of your time, for sharing your talents, for sharing, all that you have and all that you know that will help us to lead the East Granby Public Schools forward. We thank you for your support. And we also have a plaque for you. Thank you. It's kind of heavy, so make sure you've got a really good hook on the wall here. But it reads, in recognition of his dedication and commitment to the East Granby community, including 4 years of service on the East Granby Board of Education and 1 year as chairperson of the board, Trevor Sanford is given this award for his leadership, contributions, and service to the East Granby Public Schools, November 2014. Okay, that basically concludes our little awards program for tonight. I again want to thank the band and the chorus and all of you for being here, and to our recipients, we thank you so much. We are indebted to you for your outstanding support of the East Granby Public Schools, for supporting our teachers and our students and everything that we do. We could not have done it without you, and our schools are better off because of you and all that you've given. We thank you also for sharing your precious time. We know that it's valuable, and you chose to share it with us, and we're so appreciative. So thank you so much. And I know the choir needs to go as well, but Ms. Gilbert is going to lead them in doing the Star Spangled Banner for us. The Board of Education regular meeting will convene shortly after. We'll take a little break so that you can enjoy some refreshments before you go and before we transition. Thank you so much.